Hi everybody, I'm Regis Philbin, and I'd like to introduce you to a trusted friend of mine for the past 12 years. More than just a friend, Gwen Lawrence has helped me maintain my health as well as rehab me through surgeries and injuries with a unique brand of yoga and therapy. Without a doubt, she is one of the finest teachers and practitioners of power yoga in the whole country, and I'm just one of her students and patients. She also works with the likes of Alex Rodriguez, basketball coach Larry Brown, and the Rockefellers, just to drop a few names. I'm not kidding. Gwen Lawrence can change your life. And if you're an athlete, she'll make you better. If you're just getting through life, she'll make it easier. She has turned all of this experience and knowledge into power yoga for sports. And now, here's Gwen Lawrence and friends.
I developed power yoga for sports really to focus on athletes and their specific needs per position, per sport. I developed these programs to create balance for these players, strength, stretch, hopefully longevity of their sport. I really try to learn the game and learn the needs of the player, and I mold myself and go into their world. Sports are in and of themselves are one side dominant, and that will lead to injury if you don't constantly address symmetry and eye dominance. So that's where I come in. So I'm on my way to Amani Tumors. I've been working with him for the past 3 years. He's one of my most devoted and gifted yoga students. Now I'm trying to rehab him a little bit, open up his knees from his ACL surgery, and try to get him back on track fast and stable and strong. Let's just take a deep breath in and bring it up and over to the side. So what's bothering you today?
I'm feeling pretty good, just a little lower back and hamstring, that's about it.
Just one-sided?
Yeah, on my right side.
Right side?
Yeah.
Deep breath in. Interlace the fingers, invert the palms, press. Bring it down. Let's go into down dog and check it out.
All right. She came into the Giant Stadium when I first worked out with her, and I remember I've done a lot of yoga, so I thought I was ready for what she's about to do. You know, the breathing for me really helped because I have exercise-induced asthma. So when I used to compete, I wouldn't breathe correctly. The fact that Gwen knows the sports, she takes the time to get to know the different positions and different needs of the specific athlete that she's working with, and I think that's what kind of sets the power yoga for sports apart. It's just one of those things that I gotta incorporate into my life every day.
Now I'm heading over to Sean O'Hara's. He's nursing a little bulging disc right now, so anything I would do with him right now would relate to elongating and giving him some traction in his spine and maybe release some of that pressure the vertebrae pushing on his nerves.
I had some unusual thoughts and premonitions about what yoga was really going to be, and she really kind of wiped those totally out. I really felt like it was just going to be, a breathing, light stretching, and nothing could have been further from the truth. For offensive linemen, one of the poses that we really do is a deep squat because our hips are very important. So she's able to work with us and really focus on that.
Boo, I'm here.
Hey, Gwen.
Shut that TV off.
How are you?
Why don't you tell me what's going on? How you doing today?
I'm doing okay, just experiencing a little lower back pain, and I think I might have something out of alignment. It's kind of been going down into the hip a little bit. And
is it something that you feel a little bit more in the morning?
The morning walk from the bed to the bathroom is very Frankenstein-like.
Have you done any frogs or anything like that?
I have done a little bit of frog because the pain has kind of come around into the front, into the groin.
So I'm not going to do anything with you today because I don't think we should aggravate it. It's a little bit of an acute stage today.
Okay. Well, maybe you could show me some other exercises that I can do to try to alleviate some of that lower back pain.
If you went into pigeon like you usually do, hold it nice and deep. When you come up, because you said it's radiating around the front a little bit, you might want to consider doing a little bit of the quad hip flexor stretch as well. And like you said, the downward dog is great, and when you're in your down dog, I want you to really make sure you're looking at your hands, make sure your fingertips are in line, and I want you to look at the tips of your toes as well and make sure they line up. And then also, with your prize pose, you could always go into your nice long hold. It's gonna get groin, it's gonna get deep hip, it's also gonna get back. It's always good for you to do a couple little twists too. But I think you know where you're at. Make sure I check you this week.
Yes, we'll be back on our weekly schedule.
All right. So we're here at Rye Country Day, and I'm here to teach the varsity football team. This is my 8th year teaching them. Working here is probably one of my favorite places. So let's go see what they got today. You guys ready? Come on, pull it in. We're gonna start down. Drop your knees down to the ground and go down onto your forearms. Now press back to forearm plank, 1 minute hold. Somebody's knees are down. You don't want to do it again, do you? 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good, let it go.
Yoga for me has not just been about flexibility and strength, but also about the mental aspect. Just a little bit of mental toughness, so giving you a little bit of edge over your competitors.
Power yoga for sports means endurance. It means staying on the field. It means staying healthy. It's that last 5 minutes of yoga where you're dying that helps you with those last 5 minutes in a football game.
On 3 Wildcats. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Gwen. How are you? How's everything?
Good. Thinking about doing yoga again this year?
Absolutely. We're looking maybe implement it a little bit earlier, so when they come back after the break, it'll give us the opportunity just to hit the ground running.
Anybody I could work with today?
Yeah, there's 3 guys.
All right, let's go. Hey guys, what's up? Deep breath in, arms down, twist. Good, inhale, arms up, and then bring them down and roll over your legs and come onto your hands and knees. That's it, tuck your toes, good. Bend the knees a little bit, yep, because you get locked up right there. I can see it goes really flat, 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 starts rounding out right about there. Right foot's gonna come forward between your hands, or you're gonna bring that left foot flat. So for pitchers, coming up to Warrior 2 almost simulates one of your motions. You're gonna go into reverse warrior, so you're gonna lean back. Right hand's gonna come to the floor, left arm up to the sky. Ready? I'll hold you up.
Yeah.
I can hold you up.
Power yoga for sports has probably helped me become a better athlete. Getting in the gym and getting strong is one thing. Doing the yoga every day, it makes me more flexible, it makes me faster, makes me stronger.
The power yoga for sports helps the flexibility, stretching, and keeping you healthier on the field.
We stole over 100 bases last year. We have some guys that can run, but that was 100 bases in about 56 games is pretty good. For yoga, it has helped our high school recruits come in and become collegiate and eventually some of them pro athletes.
Soccer is such a fast-paced and grueling game that it's really important to keep full spinal flexibility while developing your core strength. Let's move into the next exercise. Why don't we start in our standing pose? Warrior 3. As a soccer player, it's very important to know your dominant eye and your flexible side. If you end up being right eye dominant and have a tight right back, you're gonna leave your left peripheral at a great disadvantage, and the soccer ball is gonna be stolen away on your left side every time. This is something that I work on with A-Rod in baseball a lot, and this is something that Power Yoga for Sports addresses and brings back to equality.
Power Yoga for Sports is an important training program for athletes of all levels, especially young players like Jack, Elise, and Will.
This is a great way for these players to avoid injury and play at their peak levels as they continue their soccer career. I just wish I would have started yoga at their age.
Let's play soccer.
Here we go.
This is JAG Physical Therapy. I'm the president and owner of JAG Physical Therapy. Yoga is a very, very important part of any athlete's daily regimen. Before Gwen had joined us at the Metro Stars, we were suffering with guys with quadricep and hamstring injuries. Power Yoga for Sports basically helps us with the prevention of injuries, but also with the endurance and strengthening of any athlete in any individual sport. Her knowledge base is so strong when it comes to the anatomy that she truly understands what each individual athlete needs. Gwen's program can affect the longevity of most professional athletes' careers. The decrease of injury helps lengthen any athlete's career. To take a high school athlete or a college athlete and implement Gwen's yoga program, I think would be phenomenal to help them reach that next level of professional athletics. So as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, Gwen's program, Power Yoga for Sports, is outstanding.
It's been 4 years since my husband Bob and I have been going to Gwen. I actually found Gwen because I was looking for somebody who could give me a real yoga workout. I needed something that would really help me with a lot of back pain, which I was trying to manage. A big part of Bob's recovery after he was injured in Iraq is stretching and getting the body back physically. We were down at the National Naval Medical Center, and one of the first things Bob did to show his doctors that he was physically back in shape was a tree pose. And I looked at him, and he was standing there with his goofy white helmet on because he was still missing part of his skull, and he was standing there on one leg doing a tree pose, and I thought, thank God for Gwen. You know, somewhere in the recesses of his mind, you know, he's got his yoga. What I love about Gwen and what separates her from other yoga instructors, she has everything going for her. She's got sense of humor, and yet she also keeps the focus on the seriousness of it and the ability to hold a pose and to sit and meditate. I mean, those are the parts of yoga that you really need to work on. I want to be one of those old women that can bend like a pretzel. I watched my mother, who was an early yoga devotee, and she does a million activities, and I want to be that person, and I want to teach that to my children too.